In the previous lecture, we created the code to save and retrieve the images, and now we need to work on the code to add a thread or a conversation and to delete a thread. So let's work on adding a thread. First thing you know is that we need to create a variable to store the thread. So I'm going to call this one var. By the way, this is inside a function, obviously. So I need to create the function add thread, and that would be a thread of type thread with uppercase C. All right, open and close the parentheses, and var updated threads. So let's get all the threads from here. So yes, so updated threads is threads, which would be the ones that we have here from this, right? So we get all the threads that we have, and we need to add a new thread. So we do updated threads dot append, and what do we append? Well, we append this thread here, so just thread. Okay, so now we have one more thread, and it will be at the end, and now threads is equal to updated threads. And by the way, to do, look, we don't even need to save it. So once you override the threads, look what happens. We are setting it. So when we set the threads, it would automatically save that to the data, right? Automatically for us. And that's exactly what we want. That's great. All right, so that was pretty straightforward. And now let's work on the delete thread. So func delete thread at. So we'll have to find the thread at a specific position. And then that would be a not in, but index. So which index? So var updated threads is equal to threads. And same thing, let's remove it from the updated threads. Updated threads dot remove at index. And warning, we might need to check boundaries, because we can try to delete at an index that's not part of it, you know. So like if it's out of bounds, if we try to remove something that does not exist, this would crash the app. All right, so that's an extra something safe that we can add. And then let's override the threads. So threads dot update is equal to threads is equal to updated threads. Why do we do this? Well, so that it can save the threads again to the local storage. All right, and so before closing this, I'm going to make sure that you know that the index is part of the thread. So if updated threads dot count is superior or equal to the index, or we can do if the index is less than this, then we can delete it. Then we can do this. If not, then we don't change anything, right? Because if the index is 2 and we only have 3, that we probably need is less or equal here. Let's see. Look, if somehow, let's say we had, look, if we have 3 threads, and we want to delete the last one. The last one has index is equal to 2, right? So if we have 3 threads, so the count will be 3. So count is 3, and the delete is at 2. So it needs to be completely less, always less, no equal. Okay, it has to be less. If it's not less, then we cannot delete. Okay. All right, so we don't need this anymore, and we don't need the warning because we took care of it. All right, and that's it for adding and deleting threads. And now the next thing you want to do is actually get to use this, and we're going to create some mocks to use that.